Of course, firing somebody is very difficult, but what makes it super hard is that you have to decide what type of leader you are. So if you have somebody in mind who doesn't really belong in your company anymore, this will make the next steps very clear. Sure, when you're 5 people, everything is messy but light. When you grow past 10, 20, 30 people, everything becomes heavier. More meetings, more coordination, more frameworks. And everything seems to be going so much slower than you think it should be. And there would be a human bottleneck somewhere in there. Not an idiot and not a villain, but a mismatch. So what's the real enemy here? It's not the employee, it's not the board, it's not capitalism. It's avoidance disguised as kindness. You tell yourself, 1 more month, or they have been here since the beginning. But what you're really protecting here is probably your self-image that you are a decent founder. And the company is slowly suffocating under that. Well, I've done this and I've coached founders out of that. It's boringly consistent. You rewrite their work, you over-explain in meetings, you compensate quietly. And the best people get quiet. The company doesn't explode, it just gets so much heavier. And that heaviness, that's leadership drift. In my experience, most firing situations are not a moral failure. They are a stage mismatch. See, at 8 people, just being gritty and hungry is probably enough. But at 25, you need direction, owners, accountability, and very, very crystal clear communication. See, some people were perfect for the chaos, but they're not built for the structure. That's not evil, that's evolution. See, from what I've learned the hard way is that firing somebody is not a management decision. It's an identity decision. It's me choosing the health of my company, the health of the organism over my short-term comfort. Because firing somebody is super uncomfortable, and avoiding that discomfort has such a long-term effect. So I feel that my personal test was I felt more grown up when I jumped over my own shadow and prioritized the health of the company over avoiding that little short discomfort. I don't want to make this an HR video, obviously, but of course we have 3 options, right? We can coach the employee, and that often works. Or we can move them sideways. Maybe they're just in the wrong role, and that sometimes works. But if the coaching and the sideway move and maybe the come to Jesus meeting didn't work, it's time to go. And it gets so much harder with early employees, right? They were there with you, they built the things, they spent long nights with cold pizza and warm Coke. And they're stuck with you when you weren't sure whether you get that next investment. They're your friends. But unfortunately, loyalty doesn't mean competence, and it also doesn't mean permanence. And in my experience, the further you drag out that decision, the more it damages the relationship anyway. So I think the kind thing to do is handle it with heart, but be very clear and very direct about that mismatch. So in my opinion, your main thing is to be fast, clear and respectful. Don't drag it out over 3 months and make passive-aggressive jokes in a meeting or aggressively redline their latest build, or you know what I mean. You know, we have this way of, we think we don't let it filter through, but it pops out when we are stressed in totally the wrong way. So sitting down clearly, kindly and direct, much better for the relationship and definitely for the company. Of course, there's a wrong and a right way to go about it, right? You don't say, hey, how long have you been with us? I'm not counting tomorrow. That would be the wrong way. But I would say that your main thing would be to be fast, direct, and clear. So a very clean way to do it would be, I've made a decision, we need X, we're not getting X. I really appreciate what you've done for us so far. Let's discuss next steps. That's clean. So here's a twist. Maybe the person that needs to get fired is you, the CEO. Maybe the role has outgrown you. Maybe you were a perfect captain on the pirate ship. Maybe you were the director of the jazz band. Everything was cool when it was problem solving and innovation and product building. You were unbeatable. But now that the company grows, you find it uninspiring, boring, and maybe do some navel gazing and think about whether this is actually who you are and what you want to do. Many CEOs grow with their role, but sometimes you just have to be super honest about who you truly are, and that's fine, right? So it's the same test, it's just a bigger mirror. Of course, you know that. Your job is not to protect every role forever. Your job is to protect the organism. And if one seed is destabilizing the entire organism, you have to change the seed. That's leadership. In my experience, companies very rarely spectacularly explode. They quietly drift sideways and then die. And if you had a name in your mind within the first 30 seconds of this video, you probably should do one of three things right now. You should coach, move that person to another location, or have that exit conversation. That is clear, kind, good leadership. All right, I hope this helped. I think I will go for a walk here in the Botanical Garden in Sydney. Oh, by the way, I just passed 50,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. So if you want to subscribe and you're new, please do so. Like, comment, ring the bell. Really, really appreciate it. See you next week. Bye.